I think I'm loving the ropes. I think I might just do this for a while. Maybe do a Hamza technique. But so I should come on the camera today and just speak about the process. I know a lot of people talk about the process so much, but I wanted to come and just speak about it on a different kind of way. Process is not the journey to get there. It is getting there. What many people don't understand and what's become a concept in our society is love the process, don't love the destination. But the destination is the process. That probably flew over some of your heads. The destination is the process. When I first started getting into sales, when I first started this online space, I was so focused on the destination. Hitting 10K, hitting 10K, hitting 10K, making this amount, fulfilling this amount of clients, hitting this much cash collected, doing this many dollars, doing this many closes, getting this percentage. And then I stopped one day and I realized that when I hit the goals that I wanted to hit, I remember the first day I done a 2K month. To some it might be small. The day I done a 5K month or the day I done an 8K month. What really hit me in those moments wasn't, damn, I made all this money. It was, this is the process. Everything you do along the way is always the process. It never stops. I read a book. I can't remember where it was from, but they said something that was so beautiful. I think it was the way of a superior man, and he said something very specific. And I love this quote so much. It says, "The day you think it stops, or the day you think one day you will rest, is the day you've lied to yourself." And I'm paraphrasing. What that means is that it never stops. Many people believe that one day they'll be able to kick up their feet and go, I've done it. But that will never happen. You will never get to one stage where you kick up your feet and say, I'm done. Because it never ends. That's why I'm saying to you, the process is the destination, because the only day it stops is the day you die. And to some people, that may be a wake-up to call. To some people, that may be sad. But when I realized that, I then realized that in this pursuit of success or fulfillment or whatever it is we call this journey we're going down, why are we doing it? I was watching a podcast by Mangazi, and he said something so beautiful. He said, when he made promises to his mother, he had to fulfill it. And it got me thinking to the promises I made to my mom and my family about what I'm going to do when I hit certain targets. And that's the fulfillment. There were times this year I've been very focused on self-care, quote unquote, and taking care of myself, being okay with being alone, because I've always had people around me. But in that space of being alone, something quite funny happened. I was able to take myself out for lunch. And for a long time, I haven't been able to do that. So every Wednesday, coming to school, and I'll take myself out for a meal, one-on-one, a solo date. Or I would take myself out to the cinema. Or I would just do things by myself. And obviously, some people said you're weird. Some people said you're a loner. But in those moments, I felt fulfilled. I felt at peace because I couldn't do the things I couldn't do before. That, to me, is the moment. But people search for the sigh in thinking they can kick up their feet one day and be on a beach. Unfortunately, that can happen, or fortunately, it can happen. But the truth is, you kick up your feet for 5 minutes, an hour, max 8, and you will still have to go back to your computer and get back to work. Or you still have to go back to the office and get back to work, because it never stops. That's why the process is the destination. The destination is the process, because there will always be a process. Stop lying to yourselves and thinking it ends, because it never ends. The journey keeps on going, and you have to continuously keep on pushing to get to where you want to get to. That is the cost of being successful. It's coming to the realization that you may never stop. And who knows, maybe in the next 5 years, next year, and the next week, I may come and be like, guys, I'm sorry. This is wrong. No, I'm able to kick my feet up. But I've been in the online space since I was 17. And one thing I can tell you is that I haven't stopped. And I don't think I will. But I learned to be content in the moments where, in just those small little moments where I could just take a deep breath and say, this is why it's important. Take my friends out for a meal and pay for takeaway for the family, or just do the small things. That's when I'm able to say. Because to some, it may be kicking your feet up on the beach. But to me, the kicking the feet up on the beach isn't the I've made it moment, it's the break. Or it's a moment where I'm at peace because tomorrow, the work still has to get done. The seeds still need to be sown, and the harvest is still coming. So I end by this, guys. The destination is the process. And for me, the only destination I have is heaven. Because each milestone I hit, there's just going to be another milestone to get to. I said to my friend, when would it stop? And we both looked at each other inside and we said, we don't know. We just have to keep on going. And that is the destination.